Okay, now let us get into this evidence, right? Because I was wondering why all of a sudden we see the immigration debate comes back. Why all of a sudden immigration is all over the news? Because you see, one thing Britain is united in is immigration. And anytime the great immigration debate and the great too much people is coming across the channel and all of that, I know that there is something that they don't want the British people to see, right? Now, listen to this, as the critics are totally against it, because what these people want is to continue sexualizing our children, continue to remove their innocence, right? And it amazes me that these people think that they can actually go into a war with Russia and China and win, right? When you are teaching your children this filth and you think you can go into a war with Russia and China and win, really now? Let us get into the evidence that Sky News is sending out, and it is by a Faye Brown political reporter, date the 8th of March 2023. Claims of oral sex and choking lessons from government review into sex education. Critics says it's politically motivated. The government has announced a review into sex education following concerns children are being taught inappropriate content, but a leading union said it has real concern about the announcement. The government will launch a review into how sex education is taught in schools following concerns that children are being exposed to inappropriate content. Rishi Sunak made the pledge after a Conservative MP claims pupils are being given graphic lessons on oral sex, how to choke your partner safely, and 72 genders. But a leading education union has said it has not seen any evidence young people are being taught age-inappropriate material, as it expressed concern about a politically motivated review. In other words, they don't want this review, right? So the government, the politics is looking into sex education in the UK, but the critics, they don't want this, right? Now, if what they're saying that children is being taught about oral sex and how to choke your partner safely and 72 genders and all of that, then we definitely need a review. No, this is a country that really think they can go into a war with China and Russia to win a war? Really? Look what you're teaching your children. Look what you're teaching the next generation, right? To the point where the Prime Minister has to be going for a review. And this is absolutely sad. This is where we are at right now. This is how the next generation is coming up. Oral sex and how to safely choke your partner and 72 gender. Imagine these students growing up to be adults going on the battlefield, right, with China and Russia. China and Russia that have two gender. And in the UK, they teach them about 72 different gender. I wonder who will win on that battlefield. Now, something must have stand at the bedside at this MP and let her realize that she need to bring this up, right? Because we are going backward. We are not going forward. And if you want to know the levels that we are at, just take a look on what your enemy is teaching their children. And I know in China, they're not teaching their children how to safely choke their partners, right? They're not teaching their children how to have oral sex. That is not happening in China and Russia, right? They're not teaching their children about 72 genders in China and Russia, only in the West. And the West expect to go into a war with these people and win. People better wake up to what is going on. You all better wake up and wake up real fast, Europe. Wake up real fast to what is going on. Because you cannot win a war and you cannot remain world power with your children learning how to have oral sex and how to choke partner safely. You cannot be world leaders. The next 10 years, or should I say the next 5 years, is not looking good. You're in trouble, Europe. You're in trouble, Britain. We need to seek the face of the Most High. Let us pray and say, glory be to the Most High.